Delhi police detained 51 students and arrested at least 14 people during protests at the Jawaharlal Nehru University after the Vice Chancellor Santishree Pandit said that wokeism created an artificial enemy and related it to Dalits and blacks. She said, "There's a permanent victimhood and you cannot progress by being permanently a victim or playing the victim card. This was done for blacks. The same thing was brought for Dalits here in a podcast with the Sunday Guardian." To protest, the students planned to march to the Education Ministry office from the campus on 26th February. They wanted the VC to resign and the UGC rules restored and implementation of the proposed Rohit Act, which calls for protection of Dalit and Adivasi students from discrimination. But they alleged that before they could start, police were deployed. The New Indian Express described the campus as a conflict zone with heavy presence of the Rapid Action Force. The Delhi police said that the students broke barricades and stepped out of the university even though they didn't have permission to protest outside campus. This clash between JNU students and authorities is not new. In 2019, the students protesting a hostel fee hike were met with police water cannons. At other times, police have been involved on campus due to clashes between different student union camps. In February 2026, JNU students again faced the police for objecting to their VC's remarks. In the podcast, VC Santishree also spoke about UGC regulations and the rustication of JNU students' union office bearers. The JNUSU members were rusticated after they were allegedly involved in vandalism during protests against facial recognition surveillance on campus and privacy concerns. Santishree said, "Protest is fine, dissent is fine, but when you cross the borders of vandalism and violence, it is unacceptable." On UGC, she said, "This is like Abel Mujhimar, calling the regulations totally unnecessary. You cannot give powers to one group and deny the other group of all justice," she argued. The UGC regulations, which dropped in January 2026, particularly called for the protection of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes against discrimination. But critics said the new rules kept general category students outside protections and therefore discriminated against them. The Supreme Court had stayed the new rules, calling them sweeping and potentially divisive. When protests on campus escalated between 22nd and 26th February, students said police used excessive force and detained peers in undisclosed locations. The JNU Teachers Association alleged brutal use of force by police in a statement, saying that the action prevented the students' democratic right to protest. The police, on the contrary, said that around 25 cops were injured due to sticks and shoes thrown by students, also alleging being bitten by some protesters. Meanwhile, VC Santishree Pandit said, "I'm a Bahujan myself. I come from an OBC background," and that her remarks were taken out of context. The JNU Students' Union said the JNUSU holds the university administration and the Ministry of Education directly responsible for this police raj on campus, demanding immediate release of arrested students, resignation of the VC, action against the cops who they said desecrated Baba Saheb Ambedkar's portrait during the protests, and the withdrawal of FIRs and proctorial actions which they said were initiated to silence student activists.